working hard for the.
What's up, world? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy R2. And hey, man, we back with another banger. You know what I'm saying? So grab your popcorn and your cold drink and go on over there and hit that like button. And then hit that subscribe button. And after you do that, hit that bell. So when I drop these bangers, you be one of the first ones to put your eyes on it. You know what I'm talking about? What's the damn deal? Hey, man, listen. I got other shit going on, gang. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing other things. I'm diving full time into the content thing. So, bro, I'm doing it all. I'm covering stories. I'm doing a little journalism here and there. You know what I mean? I ain't really doing no gang politics. I stay away from gang politics, especially gang politics that ain't mine. You know what I'm saying? That Cali stuff, I leave that to the Cali Cats, man. Shouts out to Back on Fig. Shouts out to Cartoon, Fire Trey. Shouts out to Aunt Hefe, Munchie B. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to all of them that do that. You know what I'm saying? B Braves. You know, these is just people that I watch, people that I keep up with. Shouts out to them. You know, Love from Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shouts out to them doing that. But I stay out of California politics. Yeah, I watch it. I check it out, you know what I'm saying? Because they structure is kind of similar, especially the prison system and the rules and this, that, and the third. You know, so there's a there's a comparison there. You know what I'm saying? There's a sense of similarities, you know, between California, Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? Some people try to say Oklahoma is like baby California. I've never been a person who's personally, you know, been pushing that narrative about Oklahoma. I'm an Oklahoma boy, man, you know, through and through. You feel me? Old city on mine to be specific. You know what I'm saying? Um, facts. I'm just Oklahoma to the bone. You feel me? I don't look up to no other city. I look up to my city. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me that, it ain't real cats everywhere. It ain't real business going on everywhere. It ain't real things happening everywhere. It's happening everywhere. Just like it's bull crap happening everywhere. You feel me? So, but yeah, man, I got things going on, y'all. So I ain't been doing as much of the, you know, the grimy stories that y'all like to hear. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I had somebody hit me up in my inbox. He said, "Hey, blood, you ain't doing the podcast no more." Which everything that I do is considered a part of my podcast. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, "Man, you ain't doing the stories no more." I was tuned in. So, man, this is for the people who've been waiting for me to drop a story or, a situation. And here we go, man. We got us a situation today. We got us a story, that I pondered on from the joint, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been out here 6 years. Everybody take a second to salute your boy, man. I've been out here 6 years as of July 1st of 2026. I've been out here 6 years. I got out July 1st, 2020. You feel me? I did 7 years. I did 6 years, 8 months on a 20. You know what I'm saying? Dope case. You feel me? So yeah, man, I'm thriving. I got out here at first. And let me say this. Let me say this to all my brothers that may be coming home from doing time. I'm gonna say this: anytime you get another chance at life is worth celebrating. So all that jazz they talking about, why we celebrating people who getting out of jail, blah 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 blah. Kill that noise. You know what I'm saying? We're not worried about what people talking about. You feel me? Like if you spent years away from your family for mistakes that you made out here, come on, man. It's worth celebrating because you know the government and them politicians they committing crimes every day. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump just paid a chick 5.9, 5.6 million for alleged, rape, or sexual assault. You know what I'm saying? Basically, the judge ruled that he got to pay and that he's liable for the sexual abuse. You know what I'm saying? Basically, rape. You know what I'm saying? So if they can commit crimes and still be able to be the president and all that, man, listen, if your people end up getting in trouble and going to the Bing and they come home, celebrate them, man. Help them get straight. Help them find resources to be able to take care of themselves. Because I tell you what, the number one, the number one thing for me when people ask me how you stay free, how you stay free, bruh, I had to find something that I love to do, something that I feel comfortable doing every day that will bring me income so I can take care of myself so that I can assist myself in getting myself together. You know what I mean? Because out here in this world, number one, when you get out the penitentiary, you got to be real with yourself. What are you good at? What can you do? You know what I'm saying? What kind of skills do you possess? If you don't possess none, you need to go figure out how to get some. Trade school, electrical school, heating and air, HVAC, mechanical school, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You need to get in there quick, something that you can get a 9 to 12 month course in real quick, CDL, any of that. You know what I mean? Like I tried it all, man. I did a clothing line. I did I did a I did electrical. When I first came home, I was working as an apprentice, electrical apprentice. You know what I'm saying? For $10 an hour, $11 an hour, 12, whatever it was, 11.50, something like that. You know what I mean? I tried the warehouse job for a minute. Man, I tried a lot of things until I, got it in my mind that I wanted to go back to barber school because I was already in barber school before I went to the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't focused. I was still getting high, still smoking PCP, still out here tripping, still out here running around with my head cut off. You know what I'm saying? But I was trying to do positive things, but you know, my day-to-day activities wasn't positive. I wasn't changing my you know, how should I say this? I wasn't changing my habits, the things that I was indulging in. Drugs don't mix. Anytime you on drugs, you're not gonna be able to, be at your full potential. That's facts. Because when you on drugs, you think you on point, but you're not on point. You know what I mean? So there's that. So when I got out here this time, man, I just had to find something that I could do, which was barbering. I got right back into barbering, actually finished barber school this time, got my license this time, and it's just been up from there. I had to work at it. I had to mess up some heads. I had to, be uncomfortable. I had to be uncomfortable because when you in that situation and you not putting out the best haircuts, because you just starting out and you just getting into the field, you know what I'm saying? And the only way to learn how to cut is to cut. You can't just sit in the classroom and teach somebody how to cut and then you're gonna send them out there to the floor and they're gonna be a distinguished barber. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not gonna work like that. The only way that you learn how to be a barber is to cut. You know what I'm saying? Repetition, repetition, repetition. Eventually you're gonna get the hang of it. And that's not even the story. I'm just giving y'all some backstory on on how to survive, man, after you get out the joint. And a lot of people that I know, have done time or are doing time. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of people on their way in. I got a lot of people on their way out. You know what I'm saying? So I try to do my best to lay out the blueprint for them, so when they get out here, they can be able to be successful. You understand? And you got to cut the homies out. You got to cut the gang activity out. You got to cut that out. When you decide that you want to change your life, and you 30 plus and you pushing 40 and you my age pushing 40, and it's at the point to where it's either, you know, uh excuse my language, but shit or get off the pot. You know what I'm saying? In life terms, because when you get about 36, 37, 38, you need to be figuring out what you're doing for the long run. We thinking about the long haul. We're not thinking about just tomorrow. You feel me? Because it's gonna come to a time to where you're gonna get older pretty soon and you ain't gonna get no younger. So you got to be prepared. You got to have your nice little stash of petty cash put to the side just so you can be able to, you know what I mean, take care of yourself. You feel me? So yeah, man, all my people getting out, man, just stay down and stay positive. You know what I mean? Get you a job, get you a trade, get you something. CDL, electrical, HVAC, plumbing, any of that. Get into that because that's always gonna be a need. I say those fields because it's always gonna be a need. Barber school, any of that, to where people are always gonna want to get haircuts. They always gonna need to get their toilets fixed. They always gonna need to get their, electrical fixed. We need, those are fields where they have a need for employees and a need for people that have that trade. So man, if you're getting out the joint, go get them trades, man. You can't lose with it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to determine on if your hustle is with the business or not. Are you a hustler? You know what I'm saying? Can you get up every day and go get that bread? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, uh, so here we is to the story, man. So today, man, we talking about a time where I'm at Lawton at this time, and this is probably right before I got out. This is right before I got out. You know what I'm saying? And this story is about prison politics and prison etiquette and prison money transactions. You know what I'm saying? So um, I'm probably like maybe like 8 months from going to the crib, right? So I just get to Lawton kind of. I just pull up to Lawton because I only did like 8, 9 months at Lawton. I discharged from Lawton. So the last bit of my sentence was done at Lawton, and Lawton is a medium facility. It's got like 8 housing units, 9 housing units. It houses like 2,500 inmates, 3,000 inmates. Lawton, we call it, well, it has a history for being a dangerous place. Um, they call it stabbing hut or whacking hut, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who's been to prison in Oklahoma, if you've been to Lawton, you know what I'm talking about, especially back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So, but we kind of in a different time, but you know, prison is prison, man. So it's like 2019. You know what I'm saying? So I'm at Lawton, and so how Lawton is, man, you got A through E. So A through E, A being the first, those are the names of the pods. Those are the letters that are assigned to the pods. So you got A, B, C, D, E. You got 5 pods on one housing unit, and they all got their own separate doors. So it's like a circle. And then it's a guard shack in the middle. You know, that's where the guards take their lunch in there, they chill, you know, they can control the doors and all of that stuff from there. So that's the control room. So the guards are surrounded by 5 units around them, A through E. So we on house 3. I'm on house 3 at the time. So when you buying stuff in the pen, you know, y'all using Cash App, Green Dot, PayPal, you know, things like that. Somebody, whoever's selling you whatever, they got somebody on the outside, you got somebody on the outside. You know, you send it today. Let's just like I'm gonna have you send the money to my mama's Cash App. You know what I'm saying? Just a hypothetical situation. Let's say you want to buy a phone from me. You send the money to this Cash App. My people gonna let me know when that Cash App show up, and then boom, you get your issue. You feel me? Simple as that. But a lot of times people make stuff hard, especially when you're dealing with gangbangers, man. So I'm trying to buy a phone. When I first pull up, I'm trying to hurry up and get me a quick phone. You know what I'm saying? Because I forgot what was happening at the time. Maybe I had just got to the yard. Okay, so when you first get to the yard, you got to be, you know, you ain't transporting no phone from other yards. That's dangerous for one, because you know you can try to sneak it in your property. You might make it, you might not. But when that property, you know, is out of your eyesight and they going through that stuff, you don't never know what they going how thorough they gonna search that stuff. So I ain't never tried to take no phone from yard to yard. Man, I'm finna sell this phone over here before I get transported. Then when I get where I'm going, I'm gonna buy me a phone, another phone. You feel me? We're not transporting no phone. That's the quickest way to get you a Class X write up. Definitely not doing that. So uh so yeah, I'm trying to buy a phone from this dude. You know what I'm saying? So how Lawton is, man, you basically are confined to your pod all day, with the exception of people going to like class, orderlies coming through bringing trays, or sometimes the orderlies can come in with a case manager. You know, they can slide in with a case manager. If they the hallway orderly and the case manager just so happen to come into the unit, they can peep that and be like, oh, let me step in with you. And the case manager, she know he's the hallway orderly. If he's a good guy and ain't known for doing no bull crap, starting no trouble, he gonna get to slide right in. You know what I'm saying? But this is not his pod, but he gonna get to come in. So that's how things get passed around, because all it takes is for one orderly to be able to step in. All he got to do is grab that from dude, you know, make it to this pod, run up to your cell real quick, act like he talking to you, shake your hand or something. Boo, boo, boo. Hey, how you doing, brother? Woo, nice to meet you. Blah, 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 blah. And give you your issue, and the transaction is done. It's easy peasy. You understand? So it's no confusion. So, and I'm a square business type of guy. I don't do fraudulent business at all, period, especially in the penitentiary. That's definitely not a place that you want to be trying to do fraudulent business. That's not a place where you want to be trying to get over on nobody. You need to be trying to keep it thorough and straight laced in the penitentiary. for my youngsters, if you ever have to go to the penitentiary and you thugging and you out here in these streets and you doing this, and that, and you ain't never seen the penitentiary, you need to pay attention to what I'm saying. In the penitentiary, square business is the only business that you need to be a part of. Okay, you don't never want to be a person that's looked at in prison as doing something sneaky or slimy or getting over on somebody or trying to steal from somebody or trying to, you know, basically give somebody the runarounds, because people don't play about their money in prison at all. You understand what I'm saying? That's the quickest way to get you stabbed, quickest way to get you hurt, quickest way to get you metaflighted up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So now that's just me. Now, a lot of people, you know, test the waters and play and try to play the game, and it get bad for them, man. A lot of people do duck ass stuff, and it gets bad for them. So you know, so like I said, we own a housing unit. So I'm dealing with people in this housing unit. The dude I'm trying to buy the phone from, or the dude who trying to sell the phone, you know, I found out through one of my partners, somebody was trying to sell a phone. He like, hey, one of these Hoover cats over here got a phone and he trying to sell it. You know what I'm saying? I know you was looking, you know, I line it up for you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, bet, line it up. Now, this dude just so happened to be one of my older partners who lining this up for me. Matter of fact, we was just cellies when we was back on house 2. See, we got moved to house 2 because they needed bed space for, you know, if any prison that you in, right? Any given day they can come in and say, hey, you moving, you moving, you moving, you moving. This cell moving, this cell moving, this cell moving, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. You can strain them up, try to talk to the captain or whatever, because you comfortable where you at. You know, you might got stuff going on. You might got a whole Jake that's bringing the bag, and she only worked this pod. You know what I'm saying, or this unit. So you don't want to move around. You know, it's many reasons why a person wouldn't want to leave their unit or what, or you know, their environment, what they got going on, because it might be phones and weed and cigarettes and wax and all that different good indulgements down here on house 3, but on house 4, 5, where they trying to move you, or house 6 where they trying to move you, or house 2 where they trying to move you, it damn sure ain't nothing cracking on house 2. House 2 is the gang unit. House 2 is like a damn dungeon. It's way away from all the action. You know what I'm saying? So the chances of you getting a bag to house 2 is way slimmer than you getting a bag when you on house 3. You know what I'm saying? House 2 is way away from house 3. I know it's close in numbers, but it's way away from house 3. It's way back there by like house 8. You know what I'm saying? This prison is designed crazy. 3 and 4 are close to each other. 3 and 4 are like down the hall from each other. You know what I'm saying? So 3 and 4 is where it's happening at. Unit 3 and 4 is where it's cracking at. They got his phones, his weed, his motion. You understand what I'm saying? So we came from house 2 because they needed bed space, which was a whole nother story I'll tell y'all. You feel me? And that was that. The only reason house 2 is so bad is just because it's far away from everything, and you ain't around nothing but your homies. You around nothing but your homies. So it's like y'all in there bored, and these Negroes got attitudes. These Negroes ain't smoked today. Everybody want to hit you up. Hey, R2, let me use your phone. Hey, Red Dog, you think I can make a call? Ooh. I'm not the type of, you're not gonna use my phone. Nah. It's one little homie I used to slide my phone to, and that's Baby Ray's. I used to slide little bro my phone. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy. You feel me? So yeah, I used to slide little bro the phone, let him and his celly do their thing for about an hour. Boom, slide me my joint back. You feel me? But anyway, so I'm trying to buy a phone from this Hoover cat, right? He on the other pod though. He not on my pod. But see, his homies respect me though. His home he must don't know me, but his homies know me though. You know what I'm saying? And they and this is the only reason this situation didn't go bad. It went bad for him, but it didn't go bad for me, and I didn't lose out on my money. You feel me? So he was trying to sell the phone, right? He put the word out, he trying to sell the phone. Well, unbeknownst to me, he trying to double sell the phone, right? He trying to sell the phone to me and somebody else. But he trying to get over on me because he know I don't live on that pod. And he feel like it's gonna be hard for him to get over here on this pod. But he not knowing that I can wiggle through this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I can damn near get wherever I want to get. You know what I'm saying? Because if you want to get somewhere bad enough, you gonna get there. You feel me? So uh okay, this is how it went. So I found out he selling the phone, right? I'm like, how much you want for the phone? A little domino phone, a little phone that literally is small as a domino. You know what I mean? It ain't no scrolling or nothing. It's just a talking text. That's it. And if you texting, it's I'm talking about it's small. This phone is like literally this big. Okay, it got little numbers at the bottom and a little bullshit LED screen. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And he like, at this time, them phones go anywhere from 500 to 1,000. He like, man, cause he like, I'm finna go home in like 2 days. So, he trying to get it off because he trying to go home with some money in his pocket, which I respected. I got you. Where you want the money sent? So I think it was like 400 or 500. Shot the money. He like, he like, he like, man, um, he like, man, I'm going home. Let's say today's Monday. He like, I'm going home Wednesday. So tomorrow before dinner, I'm gonna slide it to you. I'm like, bet. So something was telling me something was off because this dude live on a whole nother pod, right? So the homie come to the door and talk to me through the door. He like, blood, listen. He like, that nigga sold that phone to this other nigga over here. I'm like, what? He like, yeah, bro, he got your money and the other nigga phone. So I tell the homies this. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, press that fool. I'm like, go in there, press the issue, and tell him to either send that phone right now or send that money back right now. So he tried to stall me out, right? He tried to stall me out. But I'm such a respected guy. I'm such a real nigga, you know what I'm saying? Uh I had did time with some Hoovers over that was already over there. You know what I'm saying? I had did time with some of his homies that was over there with him. You know what I mean? So they like, that's Red Dog. They like, hey, bro, Red Dog ain't playing about his money, bro. You know what I'm saying? And they so thorough, the cats that knew me that was from Hoover. This dude don't know me. I ain't never seen this dude, but the dudes that was from Hoover that knew me, I think they was from Tulsa. And we was on another yard together. I think we did time in Holdenville, but they pressed the line for me. They like, hold on. Cause when I sent the homies in there, they like, hey, we finna do it up if y'all don't send the homie money back or, you know what I mean, send that phone over there. We finna do it up. The homies finna go over there and do it up on my behalf. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we finna do it up if y'all don't send the, you know what I mean, if y'all don't get right. You know what I'm saying? And if you a real one in the joint, that's how it go. You're not gonna let your homie do no weird stuff because it's gonna bring a confliction between our gang and their gang. It's gonna be a prison war over some bullcrap, over a funky little $500. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might get their life took over $500. So why would you want to put your homies at risk and you know you about to go home? See, he did some slicks. He tried to do some slick stuff. He tried to put his homies in a blender because he know it's gonna go up about that 500 if you leave with the phone. I mean, if you leave with the money that I sent you and with the money that you done sold the phone on your pod to somebody else. So I made the homies go press the issue. Go tell whoever he sold the phone to or said he was selling the phone to over there on that pod, press him like, hey, did you get your money? Did you pay him money already? He was like, no, I don't think he paid him the money he was going to. Hey, that phone over with. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting that phone. The homie getting that phone. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, me having the homies breathing, old boy sent that phone, sent it right over there. I made the homies go get the phone. Matter of fact, go get the phone, bring it back over here. So they sent the phone over there. Boom, I got the phone. So it's crazy that he tried to do that, right? And this is my lesson from that. And I'm gonna tell you, let me tell you what happened to him first. So he go home the next day and he tried to do that, and that caused a big scene. You know, that caused a big scene because when I found out he was trying to double sell the phone, I'm instantly on the gas now. Now I'm tripping. I'm at the window all day. We doing sign language and all that. If you don't know how to do sign language, you need to get away from the window so I can tell somebody else how to do sign language. So I can tell. Hold on, I'm trying to remember how to do it. Hold on. Now tell them to come to the door. That's sign language in the pen. If you don't know sign language in the pen, you better learn it. You know what I'm saying? If you go to the pen, you better can figure out how to learn it. because it'll save your life. I'll tell you another story about sign language. You know what I'm saying? But dude tried to double sell the phone, family. So I had the homies press the line for me. Luckily, I had homies over there that pressed the line, and I'm a guy that homies will press the line for. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you be like, hey, tell woo 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 woo. And then it be some busters over there, some dudes who ain't gonna press, and you be asked out of luck. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have been sick if I would have sent my $500 and didn't get my phone. I would have been hot. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying 500 for a little Domino phone. You know what I'm saying? I'm already paying an arm and a leg for a little $10 Amazon phone. You know what I'm saying? 500. You feel me? And that was that. I needed that 500. You know what I'm saying? I needed that to go on a bag or a phone, but I ended up getting the phone. And so so long story short, instead of having an issue with the Bloods, they went ahead and took their partner to court, beat him up. Boom. So he went home with an ass kicking and a little money in his pocket, the money that I sent him, but he didn't get the other money from the other cat. You know what I'm saying? He ended up having to, you know what I mean, send that phone over there because he tried to he tried to double cross me. He tried to sell it to a dude on his unit, and he was just gonna scoot up out of here without giving me my issue. And I'm glad I caught on to that. And that leads to my lesson of the day. If you ever find yourself in a penitentiary system, right? Or situation, you don't give nobody, you don't send your money to nobody who ain't trustworthy. If you don't know this cat and you ain't got nobody down there who can make sure that it leaves his hands and gets on the way to you, don't do it. Luckily, I had guys over there on that unit. You know, the Bloods, we spread out everywhere, especially up here on this main yard. House 3 and 4, that's the main yard. House 2, that's lockup. So ain't no Bloods gonna be mixed with no other gang on House 2. The neighborhoods is with they self, the Hoovers with they self, the Bloods with they self, the UABs with they self, the Indians with they self. That's 5 pods, A through E. You know what I'm saying? And the other Crips is spread amongst the other Crips that they get along with. You know what I'm saying? That's how they section off House 2. You feel me? And the Mexicans got a spot too. I think the Mexicans either house with the white boys or they house with the Indians. The Mexicans on top, Indians on bottom, or the Mexicans on top and the white boys on bottom. I'm not sure how they working it right now. It's 2026. I ain't been in that place in 6 years. I ain't going back. You feel me? But old boy tried to double dip me, bro. He tried to sell the phone to somebody on his pod, then sell the phone to me. I sent him the money. Like, yeah, come on, send the phone. He like, man, I go home 2 days. Can I at least get to tomorrow? I'm like, bet. In the AM, send that phone. But what he was gonna do is he was gonna get up out of here, slide the phone to who he sold it with over there, and was just gonna leave me in the blind. He was just gonna leave me like I'm ass out. Nah, Red Dog ain't going for that, homie. Nah, Red Dog ain't going for that. And shout out to the homie who came and told me that he sold the phone to somebody on that pod already. Or he was trying to double sell the phone. Because if the homie hadn't alerted me, I was already feeling like it was weird because I'm like, man, this nigga better not play no games with this phone. But I know I got homies over there. I know, and the homies that's over there, you better smash him. You better get my issue. If you don't, we gonna have an issue. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna catch you in the gym or the hallway or wherever, and we gonna do it up. You feel me? Because you supposed to be my homie and you supposed to be pressing the line. And we mess around and take you down, beat you all up because you ain't, you know what I'm saying, handle that Damu business like you supposed to, because you don't let no Damu get taken advantage of on your watch. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can intervene and you on this pod, let's just say if the roles was reversed and one of my Damu homies was trying to buy a phone from across the hall and I know this dude done tried to sell it to somebody else over here, I'm gonna be like, hey homie, send the homie his phone. Right now, matter of fact, or we finna do it up right now. And then, you know what I mean, you gonna take this ass whooping and I'm gonna get the phone from you. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Or I'm gonna poke something, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So luckily I had somebody that was, you know, willing to go and make sure that I got my issue. I got my issue and everything was good. His homies beat him up, took him to court before he went home, jumped on him. He went home with a black eye. Nigga went home with a black eye, you know what I'm saying? So Hey, I don't know what story he told his people when he got up out of there, but his homies took him to court because he tried to double sell a phone to the Damus, and you know we don't do business like that. If you sell somebody something, you give it to that man. You don't try to double back and make it, you know, and try to sell it to two people. How you gonna sell one phone to two people? So if you ever find yourself in the penitentiary system, if business ain't straight up, if it ain't hand to hand business, don't do it. If you got to do business behind the door, if you ain't got somebody advocating for you on the other side of that door, don't do it. I know too many people that done got beat, sent thousands of dollars for a phone that they never got. You feel me? Hey, but like I said, man, do hand-to-hand business. If you got to do it across the yard or across the pond and you ain't got nobody that you trust to middleman that, make sure you get your issue, don't do it. Hey man, I appreciate all the love and support. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. For the people who come through and tap in, man, I love y'all. Y'all the reason I do this, man. Y'all make sure y'all go run the views up, run the likes up. Hey man, tap into your boy, man. It's your boy R2. Peace, love, one.